Hey everyone, it's Sarah here with a brand new bullet journal video. I promised you guys that I would have a January spread since I had to split the previous video into two sections, otherwise it would have been over 20 minutes, it would have been ridiculous. So after this, I swear we're gonna get on to different things, aka wreck this journal and the Crayola brush tip marker signature, the signature line review. Those things plus tons more. I think this year I want to focus a lot more on art because art makes me so happy, and I just looked into a light and blinded myself. It's so bright. Of course, there's still going to be the occasional DIY, but I want to put things out that I'm actually doing in my life. I'm actually using this bullet journal. I've been sitting down every single night basically for this year, which is only, you know, not even 2 weeks in yet, but I have been so relaxed doing bullet journaling. I've been very happy with the spreads that I've created, and I just feel so much more organized, not as much of a mess. But now without further ado, let's get on into this. With it being so super cold in Ohio right now, and actually a lot of places in the United States and probably Canada, everywhere that's cold is colder this year. And everywhere that's warm-ish, like even South Carolina I heard got snow, which is crazy. So yeah, I think a snow globe is very fitting for January, especially this year because it's so cold. And the mountain reminds me of skiing, which, by the way, I told you guys that Craig and I were supposed to go on a ski trip at the end of December. We didn't actually get to go. We had to reschedule because Greg got sick, and it was like really, really cold, like sub-zero wind chill and everything. So it would have been pretty difficult to go out and do as much skiing and activity outside as we normally do. We would have had to go inside to warm up a lot more, and it wouldn't have been as enjoyable for a 5.5-hour drive to get there in the first place. So we're gonna go hopefully next month, like in February, hopefully. Here I'm using a black Pigma Micron pen. I have a set of these with 6 different size tips, so it goes from very, very fine to a little bit thicker. And when I write in January in just a second, I'm going to be using a Pigma Graphic marker, which is even thicker. I can list all the pens and markers I end up using in this video in the description box below if you're interested. In the base of the snow globe, I wrote January in pretty letters, and this is kind of faux calligraphy. As you can see, I am thickening the lines. I'm still trying to find a pen that I really like for calligraphy because it is very difficult for me to get the technique down. I know that it's thick downstrokes and thin upstrokes, so that's what I'm trying to mimic here with the faux calligraphy technique, but I still have to practice a lot more and kind of get a feel for different letters. Hi, popping in from the future here to add a little bit more voiceover since I did film this video a few days ago and I have something to add. I ended up going to Michael's and I got a pack of 2 of the Tombow calligraphy pens. There's a blue and a navy one, I think, so I will test those out in different videos. Maybe they'll be more helpful for lettering, or maybe I just really suck and need a ton more practice. I like this style of R that I found with a little swoopy, and I found an S, like a lowercase s with the swoop as well. So going around and finding different styles of letters and fonts is really going to help you if you're practicing calligraphy to make your personal writing style look more unique. And if you're wondering which style or brand of bullet journal I'm using this year, I'm going to list that down below. It's actually a really sweet gift from an Etsy shop called Mint Princess. If you guys saw my previous video, I did a little unboxing of that. I'm really happy with this. It's a lot bigger than my previous one, and the pages are brighter, the paper is thick enough. Hashtag not sponsored whatsoever. I just truly am enjoying this bullet journal a lot. Then I went in and shaded the mountain a little bit. I made it look like there's some shadows on the peak. I felt like this would really emphasize the different heights and dips in the mountain, in the rock formations. And then in the snow globe itself, I put dots. I wanted it to kind of fade from bigger dots at the top to smaller ones. And this is to represent snow, but I also did tiny snowflakes, if you can see here. Finally, I'm going to be using gray as my accent color for January. I know it might be kind of boring to some of you, but I think that it looks really nice. I think it puts some elegance into the page, and it just is very simplistic, minimalistic. That's kind of what I'm going for. So my uploading schedule has been a little bit sporadic these past couple weeks, and I'm trying to get back on track. I've been working on myself a lot in terms of being happier and less stressed. So one thing that I've been doing is working out every single day, and another is getting more organized via bullet journaling. If you do want to follow a little bit more of my behind the scenes day-to-day life, please go check out my social media pages. I'm pretty active on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. I've been posting a photo on Instagram every single day, and I would like to start maybe doing live streams on there because a lot of you have been asking me to. Not necessarily like a bullet journal every single week, but it could be anything. It could be a wreck this journal. It could be just sitting down to do a Q&A. So let me know what you guys think, and check out all my links to socials in the description box below. You'll be the very first people to know when I post a video because I do notify you on there. Sometimes YouTube is slow or glitchy and they just don't tell all the subscribers that a video is out, and even if you do have the bell clicked, sometimes it doesn't send out, so it's a little bit unreliable. It has been. I do wish that I would have used my lighter gray brush marker for this, but I didn't show this on camera. I went over with a white Prismacolor pencil, and that did lighten it a little tiny bit, so here's what that looks like. And at the very bottom, I went in with a quote, "Every day is a new beginning," and I thought that that was very fitting because it's the beginning of the month. Here I meant to say beginning of the year. It's the beginning of the year, and it's also going to remind me that every day is a fresh start. If anything does get messed up and I feel like I'm falling behind or feel like I'm going off track, I can still get back on the next day and work harder and still accomplish goals that I want to accomplish. So it's not the end of the world if one day you fall off track. So then in the background you can see I did some snowflakes just to add a little bit more interest to the page. And now we're moving on to the calendar. And now with the bigger bullet journal, it's even easier to put this on one page. I feel like it's perfect. It's 5x5 squares if you're wondering, and it just fits really nicely on here. Now I don't know what I'm going to write on the bottom, like if I'm going to put maybe like tasks down there or draw another mountain doodle, I'm not sure. But you can see I just filled out the days of the week on top, and then I filled in all the numbers, of course. And at the very top, I am sticking with something that I like to do the past few months. So with my accent colored marker, I printed the letters for January, and then with a black micron, I went in with cursive letters and wrote on top of it. And I think that this is a really cool style to do for the header of months. So I think I'm gonna stick with this unless I find something else that sticks out to me more in the future. And finally, I don't want to bore you guys too much more, but here's all the different styles of spreads that I tried out because I don't know exactly how I'm going to want to continue. I'm trying to figure out what works best for me, what is actually most practical, because some of these lettering pages took a little bit longer than others, especially with the boxes here, having to do the little lines around the numbers. And fill in the background with the gray color here. So it's just all going to come down to like what I have time for, what I think looks best, a mix of different things, I guess. Let me know in the comment section below which spread you like best out of these for the weekly spread. I think this very last squiggly one was probably the easiest to do, so we'll see if I end up liking that. Finally, since I did film this video a few days ago, as I've already mentioned, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what a more completed page would look like. I have my tasks in here. A lot of them I have completed, the ones that have the lines in them. The white boxes are things that I still need to do. And then after I do fill out most of the boxes on the page, then I know where I have room to put the snowflakes or whatever doodles are going to be popping up in the future, in my future spreads. I haven't filled out the box calendar at all yet. I just hadn't felt inspired to do that part, I guess, but I will go back and do that. And then I also did flip ahead a page to do this quote. Basically, it's just a fun doodle that I want to add color to and not really go with the theme of the black and gray. It's just like a random pop of inspiration, I guess. I don't know. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up to let me know. It's raining outside, but not raining men. I can't sing, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna stop now. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!